Hey, my name is Lana Phelan. Indiegogo is real big on telling people to make videos to help boost blah 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 and relate better blah blah blah. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that. You may know me as the polyamorous librarian. Frankly, if you're here, you probably know me as the polyamorous librarian, or you know me as Alana. And yeah, I write things and I do workshops and help people out, get them resources. I am actually a degreed librarian. And I am here to announce the first of a couple projects that I'm going to be putting out over the next year or so. It's the shortest one, but it's possibly the one I love the most. It is called Support Circles. It's based on the workshop of the same name that I developed in 2018. Let's see, what can I say about it? It's short. Yeah, you know what? I've just got Statler and Waldorf in my head. Sorry. It's just the workshop in little booklet form, and I didn't want to pad it, and I didn't want to do anything like that. So I just wrote it down best as I could, as clear as I could, and I want it to go out there because, I mean, for one thing, some people learn better with a resource on hand. So if they or remember better, right? So if you've already taken the workshop or you know, that sort of verbal learning style kind of goes in one ear and out the other. I wanted to have this, and I'm also doing the audiobook for it too. Again, it's just about accessibility. Yeah. What else? I love it. I think it's a great resource because I've I've been doing the like poly conferences and things like that for a really long time. And a lot of it was a lot of talking and a lot of things that were sort of like starting positions. And this is a straight up tool. You can use it, rework it every time you need it. And that's one of the things I really like about it. I legitimately think that there's not a lot of resources out there that aren't just like write your feelings down in a journal or whatever like that. And I wanted something, I wanted something a little more concrete. So I created support circles. I think it's fantastic. I hope you do too. I've created some perks, like you do when you're on Indiegogo. The audiobook, the ebook and the audiobook, so on and so forth. But on top of that, I've got two other things going on. One is that if you maybe are sort of a better learner where you don't have access to the workshop or you haven't had access to the workshop, but you still want to have access to me and my input, I have a perk for that. You can get your favorite format or both formats or whatever, and then you can also have an hour-long session with me to like bounce stuff off of me or whatever. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. I did limit it because, I've only got so much time in the day. And so yeah, so if you want that perk, grab it early. And then the other thing that I did is I put my next book up for pre-order with it. It's not done. There's a couple things that I need to finish up on it, including a couple interviews with doctors and other professionals. But it's based on my past year, which if not, I haven't really talked about it. I just haven't. And it was a lot to process, and I preferred to sort of stay private through some of it, but I did write a bunch of the experiences down, took pictures and so on and so forth. So my next book is going to be It's Not Cancer, which will be a short nonfiction work on what it is like to have the BRCA1 gene and the resulting choices that I made medically from that diagnosis. So yeah, so that's in there too. I really hope that you decide to back this and that you really like it, because I do. I'm not asking to raise a ton of money. I just want to sell some copies so that I can, frankly, make a little money off of it, right? But I mostly want to pay my editor, who I am doing like, in trade. We're doing like a skill trade, but I like to pay people if I can. So part of the sales of this are going to be to pay my editor as close to the market rate as possible. Like I broke down, you'll see I broke down the numbers, but I also want to pay my beta reader a little bit as a thank you. Yeah, so not asking for much, just for people to do the thing if they want to. And yeah, that's like it. I hope you're pleased, Indiegogo. I did a video.